study,
and play come together on a Windows 11 PC.
And for a limited time, college students get
The best of both worlds.
Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
I'm Jessica, and this is Daebak K-Rambles, where a couple of friends review Korean dramas. And we are back for the very last review episode of Season 6. I can't believe that we're here. Wow, what a journey. For this episode, I am joined by both of the hosts of the Afternoona Asks Podcast. I have Grace and Sarah with me. How are you guys?
Hi,
good.
Excited to be on here, both of us together.
And for us to do this all together, I have had each of you on individually as guests for the podcast, and I'm really thrilled that both of you guys were so keen to come on and talk about I'm Not a Robot. That is the drama that we'll be talking about today and reviewing. You guys basically picked this one. You were like, I really want to talk about this. I want to review this with you. And I won't say, why or why not at this point. I'll let you guys handle that later down the line. But obviously, this is a drama that may or may not be well liked in the community. But I remember watching it several years back. And so I just kind of felt like rewatching it. Plus, this has been highly requested by people as well for me to cover I'm Not a Robot. So I was like, oh, perfect. I got some momentum here. I can watch it again. And you guys were so gracious enough to want to do the same. So what have you guys been watching before we get into the show?
Yeah, there's so much out at the moment. We've had a bit of a drought, I feel like, with decent K-dramas, and suddenly September hit and all of this stuff is coming out. I literally binged the first 3 episodes of Tempest today, which is the new political thriller, Jun Ji-hyun and Kang Do-won, and it's so good.
Oh, I'm so excited. When I saw your post about it, I was like, yes, I can't wait to watch that one too.
I know. I think all of us have just been hit with dramas that have amazing casts, and we have sky high expectations for them, and then they drop and they're like 12, and it's bad. It's really bad. But this is stellar. The cast is stellar. Right. John Cho in a K-drama is stellar. It's really super classy. And can't trust anyone. We don't know who's good and we don't know who's bad. And I love that kind of setup.
Not many episodes left. You said you binged the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, there's only 9, so I guess they're doing a release of 3. I don't know how they're going to release it, but yeah, 3 have come. They dropped them already, but it's only 9 episodes, so the pacing is really, really good. There's not a lot of slow. It's a bit like, if you're used to spy thrillers, it's almost like they know that you don't need a lot of explaining of how this clever guy has put all the pieces together. He basically says, well, this happened, so therefore. And you're like, oh, of course, yes, you're so smart, and we did it in 1 minute. So it really, like speeds on through. So it's I've got high hopes, and she just looks majestic.
I love her
as our ambassador. So
the sassy girl herself. All right, Grace. Yes. What do you got going on?
So I had been on a self-imposed drought because I had too much stuff going on and feeling chaotic. But I was trying to finish watching Meet Yourself, the C-drama. And once in a while, my subtitles break, and I was like in the middle of eating dinner or something. So I was like, I need to turn something else on. So I turned on like Flowers in the Sand.
That's one I want to watch.
Oh, yeah. And then I got sucked in.
2024, yeah.
Yeah. I don't watch currently dropping anything because I like to binge.
Grace.
And so
we're simpatico on that. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So then I got sucked into that, and I think I watched like 13 episodes. No. It's only 12 episodes. So I watched like 10 episodes this week.
Wow.
And then I was like, oh crap, I have to do my rewatch of I Am Not a Robot. So like I dropped it, and like I have been watching I Am Not a Robot since then. But yeah, I'm really liking like Flowers in the Sand.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
But I mean, it's really my jam kind of thing, because I like the athletic stuff plus slice of life type of thing, like Racket Boys, things like that.
Yeah.
21, 25. Yeah. So
yeah.
I've been really liking that. And I'm really looking forward to Tempest.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Tempest as well, getting to press play on that. There's not a very long list of 2025 dramas that I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to circle back and definitely press play on these. Some of them end up on my finished 2025 lists, and I end up deleting them off the list because I'm like, yeah, no, I'm never gonna watch that. Like, even if everybody loved it, it's my life, my time. So
right. Totally.
Very choosy. But Tempest, I was like, oh yeah, this is why K-dramas are freaking so hard to make nowadays, because this is a budget that needed to be approved for just the cast alone.
Oh my gosh.
So, oh God. But before we get into the rewatch of the week, which was I'm Not a Robot, if this is your first time listening, go ahead and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more. And if you like us, please give us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Come and check us out on social media to stay up to date on our latest episodes and reviews. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Daebak Pod, DAEBAKPOD. And lastly, if you're a fan, please consider becoming a patron. It's such a great way for you to get involved and show your support. You can check out the page on patreon.com/DaebakPod. And shout out to our patrons, Curtis CD, Alana, Lorna, Sammy, Julia number 1, Caitlin, Tanmei, Marta, Delphia, Maria, Sarah, Pam, Julia number 2, Nadia, Primal Toaster, and Laura. Thank you so much for being a patron. Okay, so we're gonna get going on this older drama, admittedly, but it's not pre-2015. That's like the cutoff, I feel, for old dramas, I guess. That's the perception, at least in the community. The My Drama List synopsis for I'm Not a Robot reads, Kim Min-kyu is the largest shareholder of a financial company. He suffers from a human allergy, preventing him from normal interactions with other people. He becomes interested in a robotic project named Aji-3, created by the Santa Maria robotic team. The team is headed by Hong Baek-hyun, inventor of Aji-3 and world-renowned robotics professor. He modeled Aji-3 after his ex-girlfriend Georgia, a struggling inventor that also works as a personal shopper to make ends meet. Just when Kim Min-kyu wants to test the robot, an accident causes the malfunction of the robot's battery. Hong Baek-hyun begs Georgia to take the place of Aji-3 and pretend to be the robot so they can get funding from Kim Min-kyu. But Aji-3 becomes the closest thing that the lonely Kim Min-kyu has to real contact with another person. So things obviously get a little complicated. This show aired from December 2017 to January 2018. I forgot about this. It's 32 episodes long because the show aired 2 30-minute episodes every Wednesday and Thursday. So if you kind of watch the show, it almost feels like every 2 episodes, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, so on and so forth, feel like one episode, because it's very easy to breeze through a 30-minute episode. Like, let's just be real. But you can kind of think of it that way. So it's the equivalent of a 16-episode K-drama. The director was Jung Dae-yoon, and we have covered one other K-drama of his on the feed. It is W, Two Worlds Apart from 2016. This is a big-time director. He's directed The King Two Hearts, Queen of Reversals, East of Eden, Arang and the Magistrate, Cunning Single Lady, She Was Pretty, and of course the 2022 banger Reborn Rich. Everybody was talking about Reborn Rich. It was up in the charts and the ratings. So Jung Dae-yoon, have you guys seen much of his filmography, this director?
I've seen Cunning Single Lady. That was actually one of my entrees back into K-drama when I started watching again, because I watched when I was like in high school and early college, and then I stopped for a long time.
Yeah.
So that was like one of the first, and like I rewatched that like 4 times because I loved it. And then I saw She Was Pretty, and that one is, it's the premise is not great, and there are problems with it, but I still enjoyed it. I remember enjoying it.
Sarah?
I haven't seen any of his other dramas,
really?
actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I thought you might have seen one or something.
Yeah, I keep meaning to.
Okay.
I think I picked up W, Two Worlds Apart and Reborn Rich on episode 1. I just wasn't in the mood. It wasn't anything to do with the drama. I
understand.
I have to be in the mood to be.
I'm a mood watcher too.
Yeah. And then King to Hearts, I know, is on your underrated list just from when you came onto our podcast.
Yes,
I keep
love
meaning
the
to watch
King to
that.
Hearts. Yeah, definitely.
But
Try it
haven't actually made it yet. But Godspeed, which you've listed as his upcoming drama, has An Bu-hyun in, so that's going to be a watch for me, a guaranteed watch for me. So I'm looking forward to
because I'm Bo-hyun,
Because
reasons. The show was written by Kim Sun-mi. She has written 9 movies, including Seducing Mr. Perfect from 2006. I had a little conniption when I was like, Seducing Mr. Perfect was from 2006? It's almost 20 years ago. So that movie is with Daniel Henney and Eun Jung-hwa. For television, she's only written 2 things. It's this and Shine or Go Crazy. So literally she has not written anything in almost 10 years, because the last thing she wrote was I'm Not a Robot. I thought that was wild.
Sad.
Yeah.
Makes me sad.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up a point about her later because it's I feel like it's a bit of a perfect circle, but it's plot related, so
Okay.
I will circle back.
All right, fair enough. This show stars Yoo Seung-ho, and he plays Kim Min-kyu, the male lead. This is a child actor. He has been on TV screens for almost 20 years. He made his big debut in the film The Way Home from 2002. That was his breakout role. He's been in about 12 movies. I've seen a couple of them. I think Sondal, the Man Who Sells the River, which is literally about this big con of him literally selling a river. And I was like, I don't know, this might not work. It worked. It was amazing. The Magician as well, I remember watching. He's been in 23 TV shows. And a few, when I started going through, I was like, oh, I've watched a lot of his shows. I've watched Warrior Paek Dong-soo from 2011, Operation Proposal, I Miss You, The Emperor Owner of the Mask, I think has an old blog review up on the Daebak site. So I'm really feeling like I'm a fan, even though I wouldn't, if someone asked me, are you a diehard fan of, this actor? I'd be like, I wouldn't say that. But he always, I like him. I really do like his work. And there's a couple of shows on here that I'm like, oh shit, I really have to watch those. And it's Memorist. I've never seen Memorist. And I
really
also want to
that.
watch 2009's The Great Queen Seondok. Really want to watch that historical. So how do you guys feel about this actor?
I love
I
him.
feel like I'm the opposite of you in that I would say I'm like a huge fan of this actor.
Okay,
but I have
okay.
not seen hardly any of his dramas.
What?
It's basically this drama made me a huge fan of Yoo Seung-ho.
Yes.
But I haven't actually gone and watched his back catalogue. And sadly, I think because his dramas, including this one, have not been a great success.
Correct, yeah.
Ratings-wise, I feel like he's now not getting the offers. He's been doing theatre work. I stalk him on his Instagram, but he doesn't really post much. But he's been doing theatre work and stuff. So he hasn't had a drama since The Deal, which was 2023 drama that I don't think anyone watched, including myself. I did watch Moonshine, which is a historical drama with Heri, and also Byung Woo-suk before he was like, Sun Jae and big. And it was an enjoyable drama, but it wasn't any great shakes. I do really want to watch The Memorist, because I also really like, I've forgotten her name, Red Sleeve.
Oh, yes. It's Lee Se-young.
Yes.
Don't worry about it.
And he's similar in that he can't touch anyone because he gets all their memories, which I thought was like a really lovely parallel to this drama. So I've been meaning to hit play on that one too, but I just
fair.
I think he's great.
Yeah.
I want more dramas, even though I haven't seen his past one.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine. You're like a huge diehard fan, but you haven't seen a lot of his catalog. That's exactly the opposite of because I really appreciate him. And I love him. I think he's so cute and I think he's a great actor. But if you sit down and like ask me to write like your top 10 favorite actors or whatever, I would never think, oh yeah, Yoo Seung-ho.
Yeah.
I'm the same as Sarah. I love him in this drama. And I've like seen him in nothing else.
Are you joking?
No. Well, I mean, okay, so I'm sure I've seen him in something, but I can't off the top of my head figure out what.
That's fine.
But I love that he's in Queen's Hundok because that
he's much younger than that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one that I want to watch at some point, maybe, but it seems like it might be too old. It's one of those things where it's like before 2010, so you're like, oh my gosh, the production value on this. But I've also heard that one was wildly popular and like so much fun and like not historically accurate at all, but like, all of that, all of that artistic license like made it really fun. So yeah,
exactly.
If I could just do a mini plug, the Afternoon Delight Patreon they pick a saguk every summer to watch as a group watch, and the Great Queen Sonduk was this summer's saguk. I can't do group watches because I can't keep up, but they have been absolutely loving it. So I think you guys would love it too.
I think I would love it too.
I know the guys who are loving it now, and I know their taste, and you guys align. So I think you guys, I think you would both enjoy it.
Okay, well that's a great plug.
I like that.
That craziness that you guys both enjoy. Yeah.
Because I like angst, and listen, the old saguks, they had it. They had it in spades. So moving on, we have Chae Soo-bin. She plays Todia / Aji3. She's our female lead. And before we got on here, there was a little bit. So Grace had a little bit of a meltdown because she was staring at Chae Soo-bin in her filmography and she was like, is she the female lead from When the Phone Rings? And it was a really interesting moment because you genuinely looked so confused and alarmed.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't connect her.
Her vibe was so very different in When the Phone Rings, and I am not famous for having a great memory when it comes to actors, names, faces, etc. Like I'm really great at forgetting like people, and so I really had not made that connection. Like maybe at some point during my watch, but then I completely forgot. And then when I was rewatching this, it never once occurred to me. Rewatching I Am Not a Robot, it never once occurred to me like, oh yeah, I saw her recently in When
So I think I said on our When the Phone Rings episode review that I did with Carol at the beginning of the year, which feels like 20 years ago, I said I'm Not a Robot was like the best thing that she's ever done. Like this is her magnum opus at this point because this show is not the only thing she's done. She's done The Fabulous, Rookie Cops, Piece of Your Mind, Where Stars Land, Strongest Delivery Man, and honestly, I'm Not a Robot like takes the cake for her filmography. And it's sad that you couldn't connect her to When the Phone Rings. She's so dry in When the Phone Rings. She's so, what I said was personality-less in When the Phone Rings compared to how she is in I'm Not a Robot.
Yeah.
And it's really no surprise that you were like, wait a minute, that's the same girl.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Wow.
It's sad. How do you guys feel about Chae Soo-bin? Where have you seen her before?
So I have seen her in When the Phone Rings. No, and then I saw her in Love in the Moonlight. But I think Love in the Moonlight I saw around the same time when I first watched I Am Not a Robot. So when I saw Love in the Moonlight, I was like, oh yeah, I remember her in that. So there was some recognition there. I have not completely lost my mind. It's just really When the Phone Rings, she gave such a different vibe that like I just couldn't connect her. So yeah. I can recognize people. It's just like I guess this is actually
Sarah's dying of laughter.
attest to like her being a versatile actor.
There's that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't blame her for the character being like a not very interesting character in the most recent. She did. I think she did her job.
Like she had, she ran with a headscarf through forests in a terrorist
in business slacks and
she tried.
Yeah,
she tried.
Yeah. There was a lot of trying in there. Sarah, how do you feel about Chae Soo-bin?
Again, because I love this drama so much, no spoilers, I love this drama so much, and I think she's amazing in this drama. So I have always really had really positive feelings about Chae Soo-bin. But again, I'm like looking at her filmography and thinking like, actually, I haven't seen that many of her dramas. So I did watch Where Stars Land with Lee Jae-hoon.
Yeah.
She was good in that too, like similar character to her character here in I Am Not a Robot, quite feisty, and I think I really love the way she delivers her lines really quickly. Like, when she's got, like, in I'm Not a Robot, this is not a spoiler, but there's a thing called Chingu mode, like a friend mode.
Yeah.
And where she kind of, like, chills out, goes into Pamal, and she just cusses and delivers words really fast. And I love the way she does it. I think she's got a really distinctive, fun way of delivering those particular lines. So I think those roles that she has where she's like angry and shouting at people as opposed to how she was in When the Phone Rings, which is like mute for several episodes, is like more her thing.
Right.
And I really like her as an actress.
Fair. I like that. Very positive on Chae Soo-bin. And that pretty much rounds out the cast that I want to talk about specifically. This is an ensemble cast. There's lots of people besides these two, but this is the main two. There's definitely more people that we can focus on, but at this point I would love to turn it over to you guys and just ask, how did you like I'm Not a Robot? Did you love it, hate it? What were some of your issues maybe that you had with it, if you had any? All the things, all the thoughts.
So I'll go first. I'm going to confess now, I am 100% biased about this drama, so I will not... if you're looking for a critique on this drama, it's not going to come from me because I love this drama. It is one of my absolute top favorite dramas ever, and it will always probably be because it's one of those early dramas for me, and it just made me laugh and cry and then laugh and then cry. I think there's something about early K-dramas that part of the delight and the joy is in discovering this whole genre and the way they do things, and it being like a whole new delight to you that you'll never recapture, like when you're like 150 dramas down the line and watching stuff and you're like, oh, it's that again, So it will never lose its place for me in my pantheon of like lists of, top dramas. It will always have a special place in my heart because of it. And if people criticize it, I'm like, yeah, but,
Right.
I'll forgive it. It's one of those dramas. And I think we all have one of those dramas, don't we? Where we know what people don't like about it, but I will always forgive it, those little failings it has. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's a 5 for me, solidly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I feel the same. I mean, it's not that I was discovering dramas at the time, but it was like when I was rediscovering dramas and I like falling back in love with this, this world. And I just thought it was so well done. The pacing was great. The laughing and the crying, like huge pendulum swings.
Yes.
I just loved how well they balanced all of that. I just found it highly entertaining, and like, even on rewatching it again now for probably the third or fourth time,
wow,
I still found it delightful. I mean, I still find, like, I didn't quite finish my rewatch, and I'm going to, because even after this recording, because I'm hooked again, So I still feel that. Yeah, I'm 5 soju bottles also.
That's so sweet. It warms my heart to hear you guys say that, because the reason why I wanted to rewatch the show is because I have a soft spot for this drama as well. I remember being really positive about the drama, having positive feelings, remembering it as being a really great, delightful, as you said, Grace drama. I love what you said, Sarah, about it kind of capturing, depending on when you watch it, right? But, it does sort of capture a sweet spot in K-dramas where it is ridiculous. It is very preposterous, the plot of it. Yeah. But it is also incredibly sincere. It's so earnest. And I think that is why people really flock to K-dramas, is because you get rom-coms like this that are so stupid almost. Like, you're like, this, if you tell this plot to somebody, you're like, yeah, so they made an android AI robot, but a drop of a soda fell on the battery, and then the model for the robot had to step in and pretend to be the robot. The man falls in love with the robot. Like, you'd be like, it is stupid. It is obnoxious, but I think it's sweet. It's so sweet, and it's funny, it's lighthearted, and that's its strength.
Absolutely.
It is incredibly unsophisticated, the humor on it. I love toilet humor, apparently, because every joke that was like, like she farts in front of him at one point, and I lost it. I was cackling at 2 a.m. because I am apparently the lowest common denominator. One little fart noise, and that's enough to send me. And the fact that she blames it on him, and he's like, I didn't. What? I farted.
But I'm a robot.
It is so funny. And that is the type of humor in this show. It's very slapsticky at times. And, like, you know what? I love that. I love that. It's fluffy. And I think that if I was being nitpicky, I would say it probably doesn't need to be 32 episodes, or, 16 if you're bundling episodes 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Yeah, you could cut a few episodes out. It could be 12 episodes easily if this was made today. This came at a funny time, I would say, because it has a twin drama. The twin drama is, Are You Human Too? And I freaking love when this happens, like in the wild, in entertainment, when you get a piece of media that has almost the same exact premise as something else. I call them twin movies, twin dramas. This had a twin drama, and I love I'm Not a Robot way more than Are You Human Too? I'm not sure if you've seen that one or how you feel about that one, but this topic of humans falling in love with robots, I want to say was always, in the past tense, was always very far-fetched, but also you're like, are they predicting the future? Are these creators, are these writers predicting the future? And unfortunately, in the big 2025, when we are living in an AI landscape of so many people using AI and reconciling with technology in their lives the way they've never had to before, and the ethical implications of using AI tech or anything of the sort, to have this drama and those like it, Are You Human Too? My Hollow Love is another one from 2020. It feels this could definitely happen. I am a huge lover of sci-fi, and I think when this came out, I, along with many others, probably felt this is sci-fi / fantasy because this can't happen. Sadly, I think the fantasy is out the window. I think the fantasy part,
I wrote the same thing in my notes.
This is maybe not even science fiction at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe not even sci-fi.
Oh my God. I have this huge long paragraph that I was going to talk about later about this. So yeah.
Please go for it.
It's the thing is, like, it, because you have a question later on about, like, is there anything that you don't like about this drama?
Yeah.
So the thing for me is that it's not that I dislike the drama more now. It's that reality has gotten too close to it.
Right. It's caught up.
Yeah, it's caught up. So it's like over the past few years, people have become, like, increasingly reliant on AI to fill the gaps in human connection. So it's like the fact that modern society has gotten more uncanny valley makes this concept a little bit creepier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like
right.
Yeah, because Kim Min-kyu is like a representation of all the people on this planet who are suffering from like this very real idea of the loneliness epidemic.
Yeah.
And then his relationship with Aji 3 was like how people are, you know, making friends with their chat GPT, doing therapy chat bots. They're creating like AI videos of their ideal person. And like, you know, I click on Instagram Reels sometimes and I'm like, oh, this is not real.
This is AI.
But like, yeah. But and it throws me, but it's like people are increasingly crafting their ideal person using this technology. And so part of the charm of the drama was how fantastical it was. Like when it came out, like what you said, but it's really lost that a lot and it's become disturbingly prescient.
Right, like it doesn't like there's no magic in it anymore.
Right. It's like, oh my God, this is just now. This is just, you're describing our reality.
Right. And I guess maybe the charm of the drama is that it's so benign.
Right.
The researchers who are working on IG3 are like, no, she's here. We're building her for community to build relationships and help people and stuff like that. And unfortunately, while a lot of research in tech, period, is to help the human condition.
Right.
If a researcher created a robot that had the face of his ex-girlfriend on it, that would not be a benign. I'm like, would 9 times out of 10 that would be sex bot. It would be like something, not
revenge,
so problematic
or something. Yeah.
So it's like more scary to think of the implications that we're currently dealing with now.
Yes, absolutely.
Versus to see it play out in the drama. That's, I guess, the fantasy of it, is that it's so
innocent,
cheerful.
Well-meaning and earnest, like you were saying. Yeah,
exactly.
That's like the sad part of it, is that it would just, I mean, would this be a rom-com if this was made today, or would this just be, you know what I'm saying?
I just don't think they could make it today with the same sense of sincerity and earnestness that they had back then. Because, you know, we are living in this reality much more increasingly. Yeah. And so I don't think that they could have struck this tone before.
Yeah.
Because you can't just like ignore like all the dark parts of it that are real now. Yeah.
And I think, unlike My Hollow Love and Are You Human Too, I guess what
There's
I Am Not a Robot has. Well, also it's just that the bulk of the time of the person they fall in love with and the person they spend the time with is the human. And I think that's where Are You Human Too and My Hollow Love sometimes feels a bit like, well, yeah, but then you spend like the majority of the time falling in love with the robot and not, you know, which I think this kind of escapes it.
A legitimate.
You're an actual human person. They were just pretending to be a robot and pretending their farts weren't their own.
Right, which is why I like the deception's more horrible. But I do like
the
human
actual,
on human.
Yeah, exactly. The person they fall in love with is actually human. So, Jess, what was your soju bottle rank?
I would probably give it 4 out of 5 soju bottles. And it's maybe even 4.5 out of 5. I really liked it. I thought it was very sweet. It was incredibly rewatchable. I'll tell you what, a lot of these rewatches that I do, I don't remember shit. Like, I go into it and I'm like, oh yeah, every 5 episodes I'll remember, oh yeah, that happened, that thing happened, or I'll remember a plot beat, or they'll introduce a character and I'll be like, oh yeah, they're the villain. It's very helter-skelter. I don't have a good memory. I'm like you, Grace. I'm like,
same.
And once I watch it and I finish, I'm like, that was great. If I don't do a review, I forget it. This one, I was rewatching it and I remembered everything. Everything. I was like, this is fresh. I don't know how, but this is fresh. So I'm going to take that as a good thing. I'm going to take that as a good sign. Just really enjoyed it. It was serving what it needed to serve. And I tend to watch a lot of sci-fi movies. I love sci-fi. I'm currently watching Alien Earth, which has a lot of synthetic humans in it, which is basically the same. It's an AI, robot. I love stories that are similar to this in the film sphere. I think one of the only people who love Bicentennial Man from 1999. I don't know if you've seen that Robin Williams movie.
No.
Huh.
Grace is going to suddenly remember she has actually watched it. Like, I can see this.
Okay.
On her face.
I think AI, Artificial Intelligence from 2001, it's a Spielberg movie. It's one of his lesser beloved movies because it is so heartbreaking and strange. AI is up there. Her, Ex Machina.
Yes.
The movie just earlier this year, Companion, which is about one of these basically sex bots that she thinks she's human because she has all of these memories and it's all just programming, right? Yeah. All of these really interesting what ifs and commentary on technology and our relationship to it. Will it, take the place of human connection? And I think what this show does very well is that it says it won't replace human connection. And I love that thesis. I love it so much because we need to stay together, guys.
We do.
Guys, we need to hold hands and just rely on each other.
Right.
And connect with each other. It is a very beautiful thing to, have technology integrated in very small ways, right? That aren't going to completely reduce the human interactions that we have day in and day out.
Right.
This show in particular is very pro-human.
Yes. And I mean, even the way that they portray the friend mode where, Gia, when she's acting as Aji 3, she pushes back. She pushes back a lot, disagrees with Kim Min-kyu, and pushes back on the things that he's saying. And he's like, "Aren't you supposed to agree with me?
Yeah,
I'm your master.
She's not.
I'm your owner, right?" And then this is how I could really see. This is what humans bring. We bring perspective to each other. You can talk to an AI forever and they will just tell you, yes, you're right. And synthesize all of the things that you're saying and kind of repeat it back to you in a way that seems like it's new information, but it's actually just repeating what you're saying. And so you feel like, oh, this is such a connection because they really agree with me. We are on the same level. We're seeing eye to eye, but no. And we need that outside perspective of other people to be like, hey, actually, maybe this is not prudent, or actually, maybe this is an unhealthy way of thinking, And that's what she provided as her human self.
Yeah. I love that. You had a reaction when I said Her, the movie Her from 2013.
Yeah.
That's the closest approximation to
it is
this show, even though Joaquin Phoenix 100% falls in love with the computer AI.
Yes,
voiced
absolutely.
by Scarlett Johansson, so go figure.
Yes, absolutely. No, I reacted that way because I felt that too, a similar vibe, that similar kind of sincerity and innocence to it, where it wasn't gross, creepy underlying the whole thing. It was more pure, And I don't know if we can do that anymore because so much of that underlying is out there now.
Right. I would say there's so many robot, Westworld, Blade Runner, Iron Giant, iRobot, WALL-E, Megan from 2022.
Battlestar Galactica.
The Wild Robot. Freaking Transformers movies. Terminator. I mean, you throw a rock and you'll hit some sort of AI robot thing. It is always saying something about the human condition. It's totally up to interpretation, right? This is how I interpreted this show, I'm Not a Robot. Even the title, I'm Not a Robot. Robots are perceived to be controllable. And it's horror when you can't control the robot. But in this show, it's almost a comment of I am more than just a robot.
Right.
I am human. Yeah. And it's a comforting thought more than anything in the show. The truth is better. Right. That, like, you're not falling in love with a robot. You're actually falling in love with a human, and I'm not a robot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sweet. So just one fun fact about the series, even though we love it, the series was a commercial failure, only averaging 3.22% in audience share, and received the lowest viewership ratings in its time slot throughout its run. That was really disheartening to read when I was doing my research for I'm Not a Robot. And I was like, what else was going on? Like around this time. I was around this time. I was watching currently airing shows, and I was like, what the hell were people watching from December to January of this year? So the number one show was My Golden Life. This had 41 to 45% nationwide viewership in Korea. And that one is like, I think 52 episodes long. So it was one of those weekender. But it was a high episode count, very soap opera-y kind of show. And then they also were airing Return, which had 15 to 17% viewership. Black Knight, The Man Who Guards Me from KBS, that also had about 13% viewership. Two Cops, Jugglers, A Korean Odyssey. So these were some of the other shows that were completely obliterating I'm Not a Robot in the ratings race. But I honestly think that was so sad because the show is really good.
Yeah. And I wonder what it says about maybe because, like, you know, Western viewers, by and large, the people that I've spoken to, the people who've created content online that I've seen, like, everyone says this is an underrated drama because it was such a flop in Korea. But for Western viewers, I don't think it's underrated. Like,
Same.
I think everyone across the board kind of loves it.
Yeah.
So I wonder where the disconnect was with Korean society or whatever. Yeah. It'd be so interesting to be able to find out, but I have no idea why culturally it might not
have resonated.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just maybe a timing thing or something, isn't it, as well? I think Healer's another one of those dramas, isn't it? That, like, it's really beloved of international audiences, but it's still not, I think, seen as a classic in domestic audiences. And it's like, guys, it's Healer. What's wrong?
Now I have to look up the ratings for Healer.
Yeah, and out of all of these other dramas that you've listed that were, you know, airing at the same time and blowing I Am Not a Robot out of the water ratings-wise, I only have heard of A Korean Odyssey.
Yeah,
same, that's also one of the lower ones. So I'm like, interesting in terms of, like, maybe the cultural difference or the marketing difference, or I don't even know.
For Healer, so Healer was averaging about 8 to 9% viewership. Oh. Not the worst, but
no.
I mean, it barely broke 10% in the ratings. So, I wouldn't say that's a tremendous runaway success either.
Whereas on
Strange.
my drama list, which I guess is like what I hold as a kind of proxy to international audiences for dramas, for Asian dramas, I'm Not a Robot is ranked in their popularity list at 24.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
Yeah.
So not at all underrated.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we have a few quibbles and things that we would love to talk about at length in the spoiler section. So we've already given our ratings, 2 5s and 1 4.5. I don't know. 5, sure, 5. So,
peer pressure.
It is peer pressure. But we're going to get into it right after this.
Excuse me, 뭐라고?
괜찮아.
You know, I have no 친구.
Oh, sorry.
Swear, disgusting shit.
What?
All right, so we're on the other side of spoilers. We are going to spoil a little bit of what happens in I'm Not a Robot and talk about some quibbles, some picky nits that we have. And one of those was a very interesting question about Jia's agency in the show And I would love for Sarah to talk a little bit more about that, because I think that's a complaint that people have, is that she just doesn't make a lot of the choices, the big choices in the show.
Yeah. So I think the criticism comes from people that feel like she's been pushed by other male characters into doing what she has to do. So she doesn't want to be RG3, but because of her financial situation, so she's an inventor, actually. She's struggling to develop her career in making a business out of the things that she's invented. And her brother is forcing her to be financially more independent and to stop pursuing all of this invention stuff, which he thinks it's
a pipe dream.
Fantasy world. Yeah, a pipe dream. And so she's got financial issues on one side, pushed by her elder brother. Then she's effectively, this ex-boyfriend of hers has made a robot that looks like her.
It's not even that it looks like her.
No, it's exactly
it is her.
It is her, yeah. It's basically her in robot form. And he desperately needs her to come in and save, his invention that he's poured his heart and soul into, and he offers her money for her to be able to do it. And so that's kind of where we get the setup. So again, the criticism can be that she is pushed into this situation by circumstances out of her control, but by men in her life. And then later on in the show, we see that she develops feelings for Kim Min-kyu. Kim Min-kyu develops feelings for her. And she actually wants to tell him, that she is not a robot. Yeah. There is a really lovely scene where he gets drunk. They play this drinking game, and he wishes that she was not a robot, and he falls asleep kind of drunk, and she kind of tells him, I'm not a robot. Which is what Jess alluded to. But then, again, because of circumstances, by this, ridiculous plot, that they can't tell him that she's a robot because it might trigger this human allergy that he has and kill him. So they kind of decide, or she gets pushed into not revealing this secret, the big secret in the show, right? The one that we know is going to come and undo everything right from the start. And again, she's put in this situation where she has to continue to lie to him. And then she needs to go and up sticks and leave her home and her city because she doesn't want to be found by him. And so she escapes to like a beachside resort where her grandma has
It's her sister-in-law's grandmother.
Oh, her sister-in-law's grandmother. Yes, thank you. He runs a seafood restaurant, and then circumstances, but she meets him there. Well, actually, he bumps into her on a train, and then he follows her there. But anyway, like all of these things that happen to her are not because she has had control of the situation, and they feel like it's not very feminist drama in that way. And I think there are some things about the drama that are not feminist that we can quibble about. Yes. But I was interested in your guys' views about whether you think she does have agency and whether you feel like this character is kind of just driven by external forces and the men in her life.
I think that she does have agency. There are definitely moments where, there are two men fighting over this quote unquote robot, and they're very much like, I'm your master. No, I'm your master. And early on there were some jokes about her chest looking
your
bigger.
Breasts, yes.
Yes. I mean, actually, now that I think of it, that having been so early on in the run of this drama, I wonder if that turned people off, like, oh, this is going to be how this drama is. Yeah. Like where we're sexualizing this robot.
Well, that's the thing that's so
right.
Could have been really...
It could have been really bad. And that
amped up.
Those jokes came early on and then they petered out completely.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But if you had been a Korean watcher of this and then you're giving this drama a shot and you're like, oh my goodness, they're making jokes about her chest and blah, blah. And this is feeling a little bit weird and creepy. And then you didn't continue and give it a chance. Then you would just have walked away thinking, I saved myself time from watching something kind of sketch.
Kind of icky. Yeah.
Right. So... Anyway, so there are definitely those moments and stuff like that where I will absolutely quibble about it not being feminist or whatever. But I very much felt that like she was not controlled by the circumstances in a way that took away her agency fully. Like I felt like she had agency in that she was continuously pursuing her own goals.
Yeah.
All of these things, all of these situations where she was like, this is not my favorite thing, but I'm doing this so that I can take my next step toward doing the thing that is my dream.
Yes.
Like even when she ran away, she was like, okay, I'm going to go to the seafood restaurant for a little bit, and then I'm going to immigrate I'm going to study abroad in Australia, and that's going to help me build my English. I'm going to study, I'm going to build my, resume and my ability to further my own goals in the end. And like, at every point where she butts heads against men who want her to do what they want her to do, she either fights back and doesn't do what they want, or she will think about it and be like, is there something that I am going to get out of this that I really want? And whether that's because she cares for the well-being of, this person who was thrust into the situation of bonding with her because he thought it was a robot, or because she thinks that it will advance her career goals, I feel like she does have agency.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Grace, that I feel like she does have agency, especially in how she handles the situations. She didn't do, she was, I think people think she has no agency because she was taken advantage of, right? She was given a wad of cash to masquerade as this AG3 robot, but the cash wouldn't have worked unless she needed it. She was desperate to pay off this loan and get some money. So the ex was taking advantage of her in that situation. That doesn't mean she has no agency, right? Like that just exposes this guy is a little bit nefarious. He's desperate, but he's also using the money to lure her in to do this thing for him. I think when people say she has no agency is because she wasn't told the truth, right? Of the fact that the ex, I'm just going to keep calling him the ex. It's more fun than like actually calling him husband. But anyway, the ex knew about Kim Min-kyu's condition, and that actually sending her in to replace AG3 could have killed him.
Yeah.
And she never was privy to that information. He lied to her.
Yeah.
Surprised to me that he has this condition and that he's allergic to humans or whatever. She's justifiably upset, but that doesn't, again, not necessarily mean that she has no agency. She has agency with the information that she has, right, within her circumstances. And what's annoying is those little things, right, that they're making fun of her bust size, that he has just, I can't get over, really, honestly. The fucking fact that he made a robot that looks like his ex-girlfriend.
I know. That's really the worst.
It's so disturbing on so many levels. I'm like, lock him up.
But at the same time, I'm sorry. I know it's super problematic, but like the way that it played out, they actually rehabilitated him pretty well.
Yes. I would agree. So that's like the charm of the show, like the magic of it is that you have this guy. In my notes I have "what a freak" in all caps. What a freak. And today it's so prescient because in today's world, if some sort of AI used your likeness, your voice, which this happens all the time now. Like people are like, oh, I found this video of myself selling this product. This isn't me. Like this is AI. So it's disconcerting that the show predicted the future. Yeah. And if it were me, I'd sue his ass into oblivion. Right? Like I wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, I'll do this part-time job for you and be this robot. He not only made this robot that looks like her, he puts it in this little dress that they keep calling pink. I think it's orange. I don't know what you guys think.
It's like coral. It's coral.
It's like it's an orange dress. They keep saying it's a pink dress. I'm like, what is going on? Literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, he put her in this little mini dress. And I'm just like, yeah. And then she's supposed to be this robot who's impervious to cold, to the elements. And this poor girl's walking around trying to pretend she's not, freezing her ass off. And these were the little things, talking about her battery size, which if in the real world, the bus size would have been bigger regardless, like on the robot, you know? I was like,
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
So many things. But the show and the team behind Aji 3 are very protective of Aji 3. They love Aji 3. And anytime Kim Min-kyu gets close to her, they can see the footage and they're like reviewing the gameplay and they're like, he's a perv. He's a pervert because he gets close to her in various times. And that makes them go, no way. We have to get Aji 3 out of there. We got to get Totia out of there because he's wants more out of this robot. Right. So I feel like those are infractions plus the like course correction that the show takes to kind of ease you into this, what can be seen as very icky from the get-go. But it's interesting. It's all very interesting because when they say they're going to change Aji 3's face, they're like, that was a whole thing. They're going to change the face finally. And Kim Min-kyu is like, no, you can't change the face. That is interesting because if everything is the same, but the face of the robot is different, is it the same robot? The same identity? It's the same input, same programming, same responses. It's still got friend mode and all this stuff, presumably. But he's very averse to changing anything about Aji 3.
Yeah. But I think that was really during that moment of weakness where he's like, I miss her so much. Like, I've reset her and like cleared her memory. So like she doesn't have this personality that was developed in cooperation with me or by training with me. But like I want to turn it all back so that I can have my friend back.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was so insightful when the real Aji 3 said, are you the same person that you were back when you started training Aji 3, training me?
Yeah.
That first time he's like, no, I'm so different. I've changed so much. And she's like, then you'll never be able to meet that same person again because you're like we've all grown. Right. So you're not in that same starting point either. Like you can't give me the same inputs.
Yeah.
I was like,
I love
oh my
that.
God.
I love that. This is really almost a tangent, but sort of related. I was rewatching Bridesmaids the other day, and you know how when they go play tennis, it's Rose Byrne and what's her face, and they have this small little back and forth.
I mean, I don't know. Do people really change?
I think they do.
Yeah, but I mean, they still stay who they are, pretty much.
I think we change all the time.
I think we stay the same, but grow, I guess, a little bit.
I think if you're growing, then you're changing.
But I mean, we're changing from who we are, which we always stay as.
Not really. I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't.
And this whole like stupid little interaction, I feel is related somehow to what you're talking about. That from a technical standpoint, Aji 3 is like, yeah, the input's going to be different. The training is not going to be the same. You can never get the same exact friend that you had before because you are different. The user is different.
Yeah.
She's right. Like he's never going to get the same exact, programming that he trained into her before.
Yeah.
And that's how life is. Like for humans, that's how it is too. You will grow, you will change. And if you try and like reset yourself, the exact things that happened to you have made you into who you are today.
Yeah.
Have contributed to who you are, your essence. And if you don't do what happened, you will be different.
Yeah. And it says a lot about like human relationships too. Like even though this was the actual robot saying this little nugget of wisdom, it just like, it just made me reflect on like, oh, the people that I have been friends with, and some relationships fall by the wayside, through life. And it's like, you're going through a different stage of life. You're a different person, at each of these moments. So like the relationships you build are, very situational too,
Yeah.
And that's why it's like so precious and rare to have a relationship that continues to grow with you all through life. And, you continue to be close. And, getting older, I feel like I treasure those relationships so much more now, because I see like, that's not a common thing to be able to meet and build a bond and continue to build that while you're growing and changing in different ways, in your own separate ways,
Going back to, I think, Grace, you said that he was changed or redeemed, the ex was, by the end of the show.
Yeah.
Would you guys want to elaborate on that and how he is?
So I think, through the course of the first half of the show, you can tell that he has very little emotional depth.
Oh, yeah.
And very little introspection. But as, all the events unfold, he starts asking questions like, oh, where did I go wrong? What happened? And his fellow researcher, the woman researcher,
Pi,
that's right. Do we even know her real name?
No.
We don't know.
Pi asked these kind of searching questions for him to get him to look into his own soul, and reflect. And you see, like, he figures out that the reason he made this robot was not necessarily to replace this ex that he hadn't gotten closure with, to replace just the form of this ex, because you could interpret it like that. Like he wanted to replace this ex and have her tell him that she loves him and be controlled completely by him. And that's just like, it's such a bad look.
Yeah.
But what he realizes through the course of the events of the show is that what he really wanted was to figure out why things didn't work out, to like get closure, to like learn and grow. And then that's sweet. That's sweet and pure. And you're like, okay, so you're not the huge terrible creep who's building a robotic sex toy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say it's funny that you say that, because absolutely that was, he wanted closure. He didn't understand fundamentally why they broke up, why she broke up with him. That was basically an equation he had no solution for.
Yeah.
And so his solution was, well, I'll pour myself into my life's work, create this robot, and put Georgia's face on the robot. But I feel like he never would have come to this realization that he basically initiated the breakup with his own like stupid ass immaturity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Had he not had Tojia come back in his life.
Yeah.
Right? Like the closure didn't necessarily come because IG3 existed. It was because she needed to replace IG3, and now he's butting heads with her again. And it was the human presence of Tojia that really made him think, because IG3 was never gonna ask the right questions,
right?
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
the AI doesn't push back. The
right.
AI just says, "You're right, master."
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Right. It's stroking his ego, and Tojia never does that.
Yeah.
So even though it set things in motion, IG3's existence set things in motion.
Yeah.
The robot itself, the programming, the AI, whatever you want to call it, was never going to give him closure.
Yeah. But I think that a really key component was that he was working through this process, this emotional process, in the kind of in the community of his fellow researchers who also care for this robot and for him. I don't think he would have found a way to reflect on himself and grow if he hadn't gotten their input also, because they were like, what are you doing? You're being a jerk. Whereas, when you're in a relationship with someone, especially in their situation where he was clearly older than her, so they didn't run in the same circles. Who's going to push back about how he's treating his girlfriend? But it's because they were all kind of peers and they were close and they were working together that they had the level of, they were able to be that honest and vulnerable with each other, so yeah, definitely it highlights that thing you were saying earlier about how this show is definitely pro-human. As much as AI can help us, AI can be a really useful tool in so many circumstances. We need each other. Yeah.
So you touched on something that I wanted to bring up, which was the found family aspect of this show, which was very evident upon rewatch. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that Kim Min-kyu is assimilated into this research group and Cho-dia, and they all have this wonderful relationship, this rapport. And by the end of the show, you're like, oh yeah, they're like family. They're like this quasi family. I would love to know your thoughts on that, how it worked out for you guys on your end.
Yeah, I really love this aspect of the show. And again, same as you, Jess, I think it came more to the fore when I was watching it on a rewatch. I think the first time round, because I'm such a romance fan, I was really swept up with their romance and everything to do with, because obviously I didn't know how it was going to pan out, so everything was focused on the main couple. But on rewatch, obviously you can chill out about what's going to happen with them, you know what's going to happen. So I was enjoying their interactions more. I really loved their little nerdy robot gang. I loved how they all had very strong characterizations right from the start. So they were all nerdy robot engineers, but they were all different kinds. And then we also had, Ji-ah's best friend who came in as a dating consultant.
Character.
She was also, I love the actress as well. I love her character. I thought she was great. And then obviously she came in and mixed things up. She was there was a semi love triangle thing going on with the two engineers. And then there was also our Professor Hong's budding relationship with Pai as well. And that was all kind of developing. But at the heart of it was just, at the heart of actually the drama anyway as well, and we've talked a lot about human connections as well, it's just Kim Min-kyu's loneliness and all the years that he's grown up by himself, building House of Cards and having this human allergy and never having any kind of connections. And he's learning to love, but he's also learning to be a friend, right? So actually then there's lots of scenes of him creating food and them playing games with him and he not really knowing how to interact or how to join in. And then we see that actually he's growing both as, somebody's partner, love interest, but also as a friend and learning to be with his own peers and people that are not technically Santa Maria team only
employed
exists
by him.
exactly. So he's still the CEO, but they actually have a real rival, a kind of love-hate kind of thing at the beginning, and it's just all coming together. And actually one of my minor little quibbles is right at the end of the drama, we end with a scene of our leads together. And what I really wanted, and I still wanted it the second time round, for us to follow them to walk into the house.
I agree.
Everybody's there. The whole cast is there. And then we can leave them because we know not only has he got his love interest and they're all great, but he's got his little found family and they're all waiting for him.
Because they had all these people that we had seen, this troupe of the found family, and they're late for something.
Yes.
And they need to leave and they need to get to where they need to go. And it's the reunion party because he's
out of military.
Discharged.
Out of
finally,
military.
Yeah.
Because he finally
And
qualified.
so I was like, okay, where's the party?
Yeah.
Where's the party that I know is happening?
Because then it's Kang Ki-young's character, right? Because his childhood friend, and then his childhood love interest, and so everybody's preparing, everybody's getting ready. You're right, I forgot about that bit. And then we don't see the actual reunion. It's just like, guys,
what the hell, man? I love that you brought up the House of Cards, which was an impressive tower of cards, playing cards. And she knocks it over like in episode like 5 or 6. The quote that I have from him was really touching because the tower was so large that it was blocking like a giant window in the house. Kim Min-kyu says to her, when you knocked it down, I was really mad. This window happens to bring in a lot of sunlight. I really love sitting beneath this window. All this time I kept thinking that it was dark, but I never thought that it was because of the cards. Make sure you input this face, this emotion, Aji 3, because you brought back sunshine into the remaining part of my life. Your master's very happy right now. And like, guys, she knocked down a house of cards and I'm crying. How? It's so touching. It's so touching to see him realize I do need companionship and I do need someone to freaking open the blinds here and get rid of some of this obsession with the past that he has. He's been grieving for all of these years for his parents and feeling extremely lonely, like you said, Sarah. He's so love-starved.
Yeah.
That knocking over a house of cards has him contemplating the fact that he's been living in proverbial darkness all these years. I'm like, oh my God.
It's really,
it's so deep on one side and then so shallow on the other side. And the balance is, again, really interesting in this show. I feel like this K-drama should have been a B but didn't accept the grade. Should have been a B show. Was like, no, we're not doing all that. The making Kim Min-kyu a human aspect of the show is super compelling to me.
Yeah. I think that the House of Cards is really a great, image, like symbolism also, because this was the beginning of him realizing it's not that all of humanity is untrustworthy and has rejected him. He has bit by bit built up this barrier, built up this shield, and he's been slowly rejecting everybody in his life.
Yeah.
All of humanity. He doesn't give anyone a chance. Mm-hmm. And he's been reinforcing that shield, that barrier, like this whole time. It's like, oh, maybe that barrier needs to come down, Yeah, I love that symbolism.
Mm-hmm. His condition is psychosomatic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is completely because of his psyche, because of his distrust and the hypocrisy he witnessed as a child, the callousness that he witnessed at his parents' funeral. The distrust that he feels completely takes over his life in a physical way. Like he is physically making himself ill.
Yeah.
I thought that was a smart choice, because if it was a real illness where they're going full send on, he's 100% allergic to humans and, there's no really cure for this. The cure was always mental.
Mm-hmm. It was always
It
love.
was always love. Yes. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. He was so messed up for so long, though. The intro of the show is really funny. He's going to like a medical
examination
Exam.
for
examination
for the
military service, and they are incredulous that he has this condition that doesn't allow him to serve in the military. He purposely touches one of them to show his reaction, his body's reaction, which is hysterical because at the same time it's a thirst trap. Because he's here in like a black wife beater with like arms out, like and it's funny and again sexy at the same time and like disturbing because you see the skin reaction on him and stuff,
the hives and
and his airways closing up and stuff, and you're just like, oh, this is serious. It's funny that it's full circle, that the final scene is that he has completed his military service.
I love that. Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be full circle. That was one thing that I was like, oh, right. Like, he actually did complete the military service, and it's a 2-year time jump at the end of the show. Funny that I mentioned W2 Worlds Apart as another show that the director directed. He's watching W2 Worlds Apart at one point in this K-drama. Do you remember?
Is that what it was? Because I paused it at that point to try to figure out what this drama was. And I recognize the lead. I use boyfriend. He's not my type, so I don't remember his name.
Yes, Lee Jung-suk.
I use boyfriend.
And Han Hyo-joo.
Okay.
Star in W2 Worlds Apart. And so that show has a very famous prison kissing scene. And he's watching that scene because he's pondering kissing someone for the first time. He's so love-starved. And I'm like, oh my God. It's W2 Worlds Apart. So that's where the intertwining is that the director also directed W2 Worlds Apart.
I love those Easter eggs.
Yeah, it's a good Easter egg. Yeah.
Well, I thought the other thing on rewatch that I saw was quite prescient was, so that their meet cute, so to speak, is that he has commissioned her to go and buy this really rare model thing, and she goes and stands in the queue and waits a really long time to get it, but at the same time, like this kid with a corn dog with ketchup on it swipes the box. And so it's mucky. Anyway, so she delivers this figurine to him, and it's not in perfect condition because it's got this swipe of ketchup on it.
Yes.
And he's really annoyed with her because he's like, I'm not paying full price for this. And she's like, what? Like, I queued for this, blah, blah, blah. And he says this line to her, like, I don't forgive anyone who lies to me. Yeah. And I missed it the first time round. And the second time round, I was like, oh, that is just... foreshadowing.
Yes.
Everything that comes in the back half of the drama, which, like I said, I hadn't spotted it. I thought that's so good. And obviously we then know, later that it's, part of his backstory and all of the trauma that has caused this human allergy is around being lied to. But then that is precisely what causes massive schism in that back half of the show.
Yeah.
And I think that's for me, like, I am a huge rom-com fan anyway, but I especially love rom-coms like this that are really funny and almost slapsticky and silly at the start, and then in the back half get really angsty. And that's the arc of I Am Not a Robot, because it is so preposterous and so silly, and the tone is silly, and the fart jokes are there, and so you think you're starting this drama that is going a certain direction, right? And then midway through the show, this lie that we always knew was going to happen gets exposed, and then it all just starts peeling apart. And that's when you're just like, oh, it's not silly and funny and fart jokes anymore. It keeps making me cry. And it's like, oh my God, this drama is really special for me because of that arc it took me through.
Yeah, I agree. Were there any scenes before the big reveal that it was all a lie that we want to talk through, that you were loving or that were your favorites, before we kind of go toward the back half of the show when like shit hits the fan?
The scene that I have a love-hate relationship with is the one where he resets IG3.
Oh, the reset.
Yeah,
Talk to me.
Because on the one hand, it seems so incredibly cruel. Like, to make him reset her.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cruel. It's like making him kill his love. Because, like, I mean, and we don't think about this very much, but recently it just keeps coming up for me, like, where your memories are who you are.
Yeah.
One way it came up for me recently was my daughter is in a Dungeons and Dragons class. It's one of her electives in middle school.
Wow, that's fun.
And her teacher is the dungeon master, and apparently the storyline in one of the classes was that some character, or maybe all of the characters, had lost their memories. and she was you know how, like you see her, well, I see my kids after school, and then I'm like, how was your day? And she was like, it was good, except
the campaign.
I don't understand why she had to have us lose our memories. It's like, then we aren't us anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this is so true.
That
and
is
like,
so sad.
yeah, and for anyone
And people
who,
don't like the amnesia trope.
right. But I mean, and I think that's really, that is it. It's like you're eliminating this person, the personality.
Yeah.
You know?
Their
and
essence,
so it's
who
like
they are.
killing them.
Yeah.
It is like
and
killing
so
them.
yeah. So I both love it because it is such an emotionally impactful scene. And I know that it's necessary for the storytelling, but I also hate it because in real life, that's just like, it's just so cruel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree, especially after he has, on both of their sides, they're so essential to each other now. You know, all the things. They miss each other when they're not next to each other. They can't wait to see each other at the beginning of the day. He says, I can't live without you. He wishes she were human. She says the famous, I'm not a robot line to him. At the same time, he's like trying to marry his first love.
Yes.
Like there's like an on and off again thing with the other girl.
That's one of the poignant scenes for me, I think, is when he goes on a date with the first love.
Yeah.
And he tries to do the things that he did with RG3. And he kind of was trying to recreate them, right, in human form.
Yeah,
I mean, this is so, like, the topic of what we're talking about, but it's like, I practiced human connection with my robot, and we did these things together, and so now I'm going to do them now with an actual human that I'm trying to fall in love with. But weirdly,
and the
they're
thing
not
is,
the
there's
same.
just no chemistry.
Yeah, exactly. And
There's nothing.
And he's trying really hard. And she's watching him as well, right? Because she's got to be physically near him to do the whole counteract the human allergy thing. And he's forcing himself to eat food that has saliva from other people. You know, all that kind of stuff. And it's just like so heartbreaking.
It's so painful.
And that's where it's beginning to switch this drama. Like it didn't, you know, it just slightly started to turn a corner, didn't it? Because it started to introduce these small things, like things that Grace was talking about, but also these other little things of him trying to find his connection in the outside world, having thought that he'd practiced with his robot and could do it.
Yeah, that he was good with having her as a proxy. And the fact that he also loves her inventions.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love that.
This is really emotional for me. I don't know why this touches me so much.
Love this.
That Jodia has had no support in her passion in pursuing her inventions since her dad died.
Yeah. Well, not like active rejection of it, right?
Yeah. He, the male lead, Kim Min-kyu, is enthralled by her inventions and the umbrella especially. He's like, I want to meet this genius who created this umbrella that can change from being like dark navy to opaque with the push of a button and all this stuff. And he seems to understand the whimsy in her style of inventions.
Yeah.
It's this type of confidence from somebody else that she's never had, really, that totally makes her like fall deeper in love with him. He understands her.
Yeah, she's seen.
Yeah. So the fact that they go through all this, I think, does she win the contest?
With the ridiculous
with the stupid outfit.
Oh my God.
An afro wig and fake glasses that are connected on a chain to a hanging mustache. I mean, honestly, you can't even find this shit in Spirit Halloween. Like it's really strange.
Oh, if we ever had a K-drama Halloween party, I think I'd recreate that.
I would literally
gosh, that
come
would be amazing.
as her at the Young Entrepreneur Contest. Like, it's so goofy.
Like,
it's so goofy.
And the fact that nobody like says anything.
Yeah.
No,
like,
that's the thing. That's
like,
the actual thing, though. Is that where are the people going, girl, what are you doing?
And all the other inventors are complete. Like, no one else is in fancy dress, right?
Doesn't bat an eye. Yeah. Nobody bats an eye.
Nobody.
That would be my number one question for her. I'd come up to her and be like, okay, yeah, I see your heart lamps. Girl, what the fuck is going on? Why are you dressed like this? Yeah.
Hilarious.
It's just, oh my God. So anyway, they go through this contest thing. Gia confronts the ex, the professor Baekhyun, who she goes, did you send me in there knowing he's allergic to humans? And so there was this whole falling out. They get a call from the doctor saying, you can't tell him the truth. He's going to keel over and die. So then they decide to reset. Man, he puts his mother's necklace around her neck.
Oh.
And hugs her and confesses, I love you. She's crying.
Yeah.
They're hugging so he can't see her face. She's crying. And she says, every single moment I spent with you made me happy. And then he ends up pressing the reset button.
Yeah.
Look here. There's just no reason for this level of like angst in this small time rom-com that nobody watched. You know what I'm saying?
So
yeah, absolutely. Like the doctor could be like, don't tell him now. Let's get him in to the hospital and have all of the possible interventions
By like a controlled
available,
environment.
and then you can tell him. Like, why the whole charade and like, like, come on.
It's very K-drama.
Unreasonable.
It's so
and
K-drama.
I love it.
It has to be that way. It has to be.
There's so many almost run-ins in the next couple of episodes. It's beyond the pale. Like, honestly, they should have run into each other like 20 times. I think episode 20 ends with them face to face on the train.
Yes.
Because they're taking the same train.
Oh, that is another favorite scene of mine. Is that train
Listen,
scene.
talk to me about it, Sarah.
I clipped it for a reel because I love replaying it again and again. But what I love about it is it just shows what amazing actors they are. There is about like 30 seconds where there is basically no dialogue between them at all. So it's all in their eyes. It's all in their reactions to each other. And he sits down on the train. She's sitting there reading a book. And he looks at her, then does a double take. And then he's just like, what's happening? And she looks up, thinks, fuck? And then like looks down again. And she decides in that moment she's just going to style it out, right? She is going to pretend that she does not know him. But like her body language is showing that, you know, she's adjusted. It just, there's no dialogue, but it's just amazing. So powerful, this scene. And your heart is with both of them. And I think that's another genius of this drama, is that at all times, you know exactly how he's feeling and you know exactly how she's feeling. Even when he's angry with her, you're just like, but, you know, she's doing this because of this. And then, you know, and like, don't be angry with him because he feels really betrayed because of that, you know. And it's just, it's so well done. Like the characterization and their emotions and why they feel the way they do in every given moment is really, really clear. And it just makes it even more heart-wrenching because you just know how hard it is for both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Man, he starts sticking to her on this island. He was like, forget about it. I'm not going to go to this signing of a contract thing that he was supposed to go to. He's like, I got somewhere to be. I got to go see about a girl. So he sticks with her on this island. He's basically stalking her, which don't do that, fellas. Any fellas that are listening.
She doesn't really know you. She said she doesn't know you.
Don't do that. Yeah. Episode 23 and 24, we got this like forced proximity thing because they're trapped in a warehouse together. Really sweet because he tells her the story of like them.
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on now. The reveal though, that he thought, oh, she's just the model. You know, you get pie and the ex-professor.
They race to the seaside village.
They race to the islands to try to do damage control. And they're about to take him off the island. It was going to end like the best case scenario for everybody. Because the truth wasn't revealed. But he heads back to the beach. And she's got the necklace, his mother's necklace that he put on Aji 3. And he loses it. His full meltdown, an entire episode that puts him in critical condition. We've got hazmat suits and everything. It is really crazy, but he makes it out. He makes it out of the woods medically. What do you think of the fallout?
Well, first of all, can I just say again, Yoo Seung-ho is amazing in that beach scene. That is my favorite scene of the drama, actually.
I cannot forget that scene.
He gets on the beach. He's so excited to see her. He's so happy he's found her because he's still racing around the village to look for her. She's really sad because she's like, this is it. He's going to get taken away and this is like the final goodbye.
I'll never
I'm
see
never
him
going to see him again.
Yeah.
I've got my life to lead and that's it. You know, they have their little time in the warehouse. I know how special I am to him, and that's all I'm getting, and that's going to be fun. And so she's wiping away tears. She gets up. She sees him. He's super happy to see her. And then he spots the necklace. And then she spots the necklace. And his face, he just goes... Yeah, he goes through about 5, 6, 7 different emotions. And no dialogue, right? No speech. It's all in his eyes. It's all in his
Bring
acting.
back no dialogue.
He's such an amazing actor.
And this is why both Sarah and I were like, we haven't seen anything else he's been in.
But we stand him.
He's the best.
It's a masterclass. Like, he's really emotive.
Yes.
Oh, so much.
I love it. I love that scene. And the reaction that he has after to being lied to, I think is completely warranted.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think on first watch, I was a little like, man, he's so harsh. Why is he so harsh?
And he breaks that
He's
glass.
shutting her down. She's making him food. Yeah, he breaks the glass thing, and then she gets cut and all this stuff, and he's just like having a tantrum. And on second watch, I'm like, let the man have his tantrum, because I would have gone feral on all their asses.
I so agree, because he says a line that, again, I'd missed the first time round, but he says something like, every one of the memories that you and I have now is despicable to me. And you're just like, oh, God. And he just relived them in the warehouse, right? So we know actually how special they were to him. And now she has spoiled every single one of those because it was all a lie. And he just, that sense of betrayal, which is like an old wound anyway, is just immense, right? So you're just like, oh, and then her face, because she's tried all along. She's been trying to like protect him. It's like,
she's been trying to do the right thing for so long, and getting thwarted by, his illness and people saying like, no, we can't, whatever, for these K-drama-y circumstances.
For reasons.
Really. For reasons, basically. I hated when he said, you're not much of a human. Is that why you made a great robot?
Oh, yeah.
I'll see myself out. So 27 through 28, we get their reconciliation. He signals to her that they both basically were looking at the news and they knew a meteor shower was going to happen that night. And he touches the heart lamp and hers lights up and she's like, oh my God, it's the bat signal.
Love that. I love that.
They gotta go meet up. It's a beautiful evening because they do reconcile, and then he's still like, no, but we really can't be together anyway. But it's all for naught. It's an evening where she reveals she's President Joe, that go-between that gets people, she like waits in line and stuff for folks. And it's cute. You get the return of the fart. He's like, what about the fart? Because he wants like clarification on all the things that were bizarre. I just love it. Like, it's a really light evening. And at the end of it, she says that she loves him just as he's walking away. And he just turns around and kisses her right there. And I'm like,
oh, I love that. And actually what I really love about it is that actually it's quite rare in K-dramas for the leads to come together after the big thing has happened and like the misunderstandings have begun to be understood and communicated properly, and that they all rehash everything. Because normally in a drama, like, we know everything that happened because we're the viewers, but the characters don't come together and talk about it and go, well, what about that time when you were a total jerk to me? What happened then? Like, why?
When you gaslighted me over a part.
she blames him for it, and she was like going through it. She had food poisoning.
But they took it all through. I love that.
No, that's so right, because I feel like, there are specific dramas that I love that a lot of people's nitpicks about them is like, we didn't get that reconciliation talk, but this drama really does that well. Like, where we get that satisfaction of emotional processing and closure.
I agree. She says to him, and I thought this was so romantic, she says, the person who gave me the love I always yearned for was you. And so the person I missed each and every day, that was you. It's not that I'm someone you need. I'm the one who needs you so much because you are the person I've been looking for all this time. That one person I've been waiting for. And I'm like, if that is not the most romantic thing, she really sold it.
So sweet.
I thought it was so precious, their reconciliation, and how he was like, you know what, we really can't still be together. And she was like, no, you don't understand. I need you now. You're the one.
Yeah.
We don't have a you're the one moment. I feel like that's pretty rare in K-dramas nowadays to be like, no, for real, you're it.
Yeah. And I love that it's again, this drama is so good at closing the loops, because they talked about, you just need that one person in your life who sees you or whatever. When she was talking about her heart balls or whatever earlier on in the drama, it's just, there's like, they drop all of these things along the way and then complete everything. Like the loops on everything get closed, even the fart. It's amazing.
It's so true as well. And you mentioned about Madame Zhou as well, because I've forgotten like one other scene that I really loved that made me just ugly cry was again when she was kind of trying to be out of his life, and she's so exhausted from all of this trauma that she does in a K-drama way end up in a hospital in a drip, because that's what you do, right? And then dehydration. She has to be on the drip. Anyway, so then he rings her, but on the Madame Zhou line, and says like, hey, Madame Zhou. As soon as she hears his voice, she knows who it is. And she's like breaking down because she misses him so much. But then she's still pretending to be her alter ego. He says, oh, well, I had a friend, but they had to go very far away. And then she's just like absolutely shedding tears because he's talking about her. And then she's like, I'm not in that business anymore. Okay, bye. She puts the phone down and then has to like, so heartbreaking. But then she comes.
It's heartbreaking.
But then she comes clean and she's like, that was me too,
Yeah. And she tells him that she's President Joe or
CEO Joe.
Oh,
yeah.
I
love that in that moment he says, my best friend went far away or something, and not like the woman I love. Or something. True, like I love that like
she's a friend.
Right. Through the entire thing, it's like the connection that is being emphasized is like their minds and their souls and their hearts meet. And this is not just an attraction thing at all. Not in any way. It's like really they are soulmates, and that's the part that they recognize in each other, and like they see that the other one sees,
That's so sweet. IG3 escapes because it was a whole listen, the one thing I will say about the show is I do not give a shit about the corporate politics and the takeover and we're gonna call a board meeting because we're gonna try and get Kim Min-kyu out of his chairman position. I don't care. I don't care about any of that. IG3 is in the crosshairs. She escapes from this nefarious group that wants to take her apart. She's like the first AI robot, and they want her to be a military robot, the world's most dangerous weapon. And I'm like, well, that's, probably along the lines of if this were made today, she would be like a defense robot or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It just reminded me of that non-Korean actor that, like, it's like one of the worst delivered lines ever.
Oh my goodness! What the bleep? That one.
I need to look him up because he's also in other K-dramas.
He's in Mr. Sunshine, and he actually does a good job. He's like the colonel who's the boss of Lee Byung-hun's character.
Oh, is he in that? Is he in Mr. Sunshine as well?
Yeah.
I thought, oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's also in Squid Game.
So.
He's one of the VIPs in Squid Game.
Yeah.
Well,
I think so. I feel like a lot of these non-Korean actors get put in a really bad spot in terms of like how they're directed in a scene because, okay, that man absolutely knows how to curse. But he was not allowed to curse naturally. There's no way that man does not know how to curse. Like, and the fact that he says AG3 instead of AG3 because that's the like if you see the name of the robot written down, it's AG3, right? But he says AG3
He says AG3
in the
Korean style.
Exactly. So you're like, oh wow, he's like really getting directed about exactly how to do this,
lines.
And it's the wrong direction.
So this actor that we're referring to is John D. Michaels. And he has been in quite a few K-dramas. I Am Not a Robot was his first K-drama. Then he followed that up with Chicago Typewriter.
Oh, yeah.
Then Mr. Sunshine.
Yeah.
Then he was in an episode of Designated Survivor 60 Days. He was in Her Private Life. Hot Stove League. He was in American Baseball Scouts. That's funny. I just watched Hot Stove League this year. There's an episode on it. Voice 4, The Spies Who Loved Me. Squid Game, he's a VIP in Squid Game. Narco Saints, he's the blue team director, whatever that means. Love and Contract, he was John Brown in episodes 3 and 4.
I'm trying to remember that character.
John Brown.
He was in so many K-dramas, as well as movies. He was in Peninsula as a U.S. military officer. That is the sequel to Train to Busan, or the
Oh, okay. I never saw that one.
That also stars Kang Dong-won.
Yes.
From
Tempest. Tempest,
Yes.
which has proper American actors, like ones that actually.
John Cho is in it, and I was like, look
Yeah,
at
John is amazing.
He
But
looks
the
so
American
good.
president actually sounds like he could be an American president, like more than your actual American president. It's like it's.
It's going to set a standard. I'm hoping that it sets a standard because John D. Michaels has been holding up the white boy in a K-drama role for almost a decade. More than a decade.
Yeah.
Probably. I wonder if there's stuff that he's not credited for an Asian wiki.
Anyway,
But anyway.
sorry.
That is funny. Great tangent. Great. I love that. That's the kind of stuff that I love to look into. Wait. Okay, so we're almost to the end of the show because the one thing that I want to talk about is one of the best kiss scenes in K-drama, period. How do you guys feel about the kitchen kiss scene in episode 30, I think?
It was surprisingly hot because it's not.
Surprisingly
It's
hot.
like such a sweet K-drama, and I think it's early on in my viewing, but I've watched it. I mean, I started with Chloe, right? I know how chaste these shows are, so it's I was just expecting just the normal kind of K-drama rom-com type kissing.
Yeah.
But this was it went on for a while, and it was surprisingly hot. It was really good.
I'm not crazy. I remember this coming on my screen when I first watched it, very close to when it had aired. And I was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. This is out of bounds. And I loved it. I have said ever since then, this is one of the best K-drama kisses. And I think it holds up tremendously.
Yeah.
It's so steamy. Yeah, so we kind of hit the end where, they resolve everything. They get AG3 back. She had escaped, but she had no GPS. They had shut off the GPS on her. So she was just wandering around having these adventures, taking the bus and stuff like that. It's cute. It's so easygoing. It's such an easy watch. You don't have to turn on your brain, really. You get the 2-year time jump. And, it ends on a happy ending. Do you guys have anything else you'd love to add about I'm Not a Robot?
So I think I said at the start I wanted to talk about the writer because I feel like she never got recognition in the way that GR never got recognition for her inventions. She never got the recognition that this was such a great drama. And it was so well written. It's such a great drama because she did such a great job with the screenwriting, and she did such a great job with their dialogue and the themes that she worked through, and just making this whole preposterous setup work, And I feel like because it did so badly in Korea domestically, that's the last show she wrote. That's the last drama show she wrote. Or that's the last drama show that she wrote that got produced. And I feel...
At least that's what it looks like.
And every now and then I feel
Yeah.
like I want to write her a letter and I want to tell her, like internationally, there are some people who love this drama and would love for her to write another. Because I feel like she didn't have a Kim Min-kyu in her life to tell her, actually, you are amazing. And you are really skilled at this.
Genius.
And you should carry on pursuing this as your life's project because you are great. So that was my little circular thing for that.
Kim Son-mi, Neem,
Yes,
please write another
You're
drama.
amazing. We loved it.
Yeah. Oh, that was really sweet. Yeah. Message to Kim Son-mi.
Yeah.
Do it again.
More, please.
Yes, please.
Take up the pen once again. So that's it. Like, we've kind of come to the end of the show and our thoughts about it. Well, obviously, we really, really enjoyed it. We have some little things here and there that we can change, but it's really not affecting our rating, if at all. So really positive experience. Thank you so much for both of you guys for watching the show once again, for immersing yourselves in I'm Not a Robot, just going on this cute little rom-com journey to close out season 6 of Daebak. It was such a pleasure. I love having you both on. I think going forward, we have to have both of you guys on for reviews. I know sometimes it's scheduling and stuff, but this was such a blast. Where can people find you online?
For me, I post on Instagram at KDramaBiss, and I also co-host Afternoona Asks Podcast with Grace. So you can find us on all your usual podcast platforms. And we like to answer the questions that come up in your Asian drama watching. So we have various different episodes on different things to do with language, to do with culture, to do with Confucianism. We also do some deep dives on drama. So come check us out on your podcast platform.
Thanks again. Love you guys. Until next time, that's been our show. I'm Jessica, and this has been the Daebak K-Rambles Podcast.